Hey y'all, I'm Brittany. If you're new to my channel, hi. I make lots of different types of videos. Lately they have been more pregnancy based since I found out I'm pregnant. If you're not new, welcome back. So it has been about 2 weeks, I want to say, since I last updated y'all on my pregnancy journey. When I last updated y'all, I was 7 weeks pregnant. And I talked to y'all about my week 5 and 6 symptoms and everything. I am now 10 weeks pregnant, 10 weeks and 1 day. And so I thought I would go ahead and do a recap of week 7, 8, and 9. Wow, I'm really not good at updating, guys. I'm sorry. But yes, I thought I would go ahead and do a recap of the last couple of weeks. Let y'all know how the pregnancy's been going. Okay, so basically, when it comes to symptoms, honestly, everything's completely the same. I'm still haven't experienced morning sickness other than that one time that I talked about in my last video, which actually ended up being a stomach bug. No morning sickness. I haven't had any weird smell aversions. There's no foods I can't eat. I have not had any weird thing, like if I smell something or anything, like that's not been an issue. My craving for foods really are still pretty much just whatever I see or think about and I want. Really nothing specific. Again, it's just whatever I see or think about, or if I hear someone else mention. Like the other day, my coworker came to relieve me and watch my kids while I went to the bathroom, and she had a Red Bull, and I smelled the Red Bull, so that made me really want one. Honestly, like, again, like nothing's really changed at all. I still have to get up and pee once or twice almost every night. I actually think the other night was my very first night I've gone through the whole night and did not have to get up once, but pretty much I had to get up to pee once or twice every night. Has there been anything else? My fatigue kind of comes and goes. Some days I'll be like 100% fine. I'm not tired, perfectly fine. There'll be days where I naturally just wake up 7 o'clock, and I'm good to go. I have energy, but then like I just need a nap, and I can take like a two or so hour nap. I think yesterday I took a nap at like 3 something. I woke up around 6, just in time to help Hunter with dinner, and I was ready to go to sleep by 9, around 9ish that night. Some days I can take a 2-hour nap and still go to bed before 10 o'clock. There's been some days I'll take a nap and I have a hard time going to sleep that night. Other days I don't feel like I need a nap at all. Like today I don't feel like I need a nap. It really just kind of comes and goes in waves. That hasn't really been consistent. So far it has been really easy. Like I said, I'm 10 weeks and 1 day today, so I only have 2 weeks left until my first trimester ends, until I'm in the second trimester. So I'm hoping it stays like this. Cross my fingers, but we'll see. But the most exciting thing was 2 weeks ago when I was 8 weeks and 5 days, we had our first ultrasound. It was not like our first prenatal visit. We went to a private ultrasound place. It's like they do specifically just do ultrasounds, and then they also have like a boutique. But we went there. Girl, get down. It was our first time seeing the baby, first time hearing the heartbeat, but it was so exciting and so special to see Hunter's reaction, because it's like, with me being like only 10 weeks and still like not showing or anything, and it still feels very like not exactly real. I mean, we know it is, but it still feels kind of like, you know, it's not like a huge deal. But so I think us going and him actually being able to see the baby and hearing the heartbeat and seeing it like move a little bit, it just really like made it real for him. And he was so excited. He was like as close as you could get to the like TV screen looking at it, and he was like making them make sure you could like see 2 legs and 2 arms and stuff. And it was just it made me very happy to see that, because I know a lot of people say dads, they don't have that bond with the baby until it's after it's born. So a lot of them are just kind of like when the baby is a fetus and it's still in the stomach. So to see him actively engage and stuff makes me really happy. So we got to see the ultrasound. I'll put a picture of it. It's still really small. She said that I was measuring 8 weeks and 2 days. And on my last menstrual cycle, it said I would be 8 weeks and 5 days. And according to Google, as long as you are within 7 days of your menstrual cycle, then you would still use that. I was measuring 8 weeks and 2 days, but menstrual cycle wise, I was 8 weeks and 5 days. So the baby's like a little smaller. I mean, she didn't say that, obviously. What I'm saying, like the baby measures smaller than what it could be, I guess. We got to see the baby. Let me get y'all the photos. So these were the photos she gave us. They printed out like a good amount. Because the baby is still pretty small, you can't really see it that much. But you can see its little feet, its little belly. You can see its nose. Its nose pokes out a lot, so I'm really hoping it's not gonna have a big nose, but you know. And then Hunter was like, wow, it already got the belly. And then we also got its heartbeat. It's with the heartbeat sound. And the baby's heartbeat was measuring at 167. It was either 167 or 169. But so it was active. You know, it had his heart rate going up. While we were there, they mentioned that they could do the early blood test. So it's called a sneak peek blood test, and you can do it as soon as you're 7 weeks. But as soon as they mentioned that, he was like, you know, ears perked up. He was like, he really wanted to know. And I left the decision up to him. I was like, if you want to do it, we can. I can pay for the ultrasound part and you can pay for the test. And he was like, yes, I want to do that. So we ended up doing the sneak peek early gender test. And we were so excited. And he wanted a boy. He's dead set on a boy. I mean, I wanted a girl. I want a girl. I'm not really picky. Like, I'm not gonna, like, it's not a huge deal if it's a boy or girl personally for me. I can make a whole nother video about the sneak peek blood test. If you want to know more, you can, if y'all want me to. But so we did the blood test and they shipped it off to a lab in California, and we paid for extra for the next day results. So the next morning I got an email from them saying that they received the sample. That was like at 12ish, I think. And they told us that we would have the actual results between like 4 and 8 that afternoon. 30 minutes every hour after 4, I was like checking my email, waiting to see what it could be. And finally it popped up. And I was so excited. So I opened it, and before I opened it, I was like, okay, Hunter, what do you think it's gonna be? And he was like, I want it to be a boy, but I think it's gonna be a girl. And then his sister was there. I asked her, I was like, what do you think? And I actually honestly don't remember if she said boy or girl. I said I wanted it to be a girl, but I felt like it was a boy. And the reason I felt like it was a boy was because whenever I was looking at baby stuff, I would want to look at the girl stuff because I wanted a girl, but I kept being drawn to like boy stuff, boy themed stuff. So in my head, I was like, okay, this is me. It's a boy. Like, I feel like it is a boy. So I opened the results and I saved the email so y'all can see it was a boy. So according to the sneak peek blood test, which they say the blood test is more accurate than like an actual sonogram. So we're having a boy. Hunter was so excited. He immediately went to call his parents and tell them. I called my dad because he wanted a grandson, of course. I called my mom, you know, and then we started talking about names. Because we were like, okay, well, now that we know the gender, we can like actually narrow down a name. So, and we actually decided on Rowan for his name. We were thinking about Colson. I wanted Colson. Well, he wanted the name Cole. If you don't know, the actor who plays Rip in the show Yellowstone, which both me and him really like, his name is Cole Hauser. So his first name, whenever we found out I'm pregnant, before we, you know, knew it was a boy or girl, he's like, we can name him Cole. So that's idea has been in the back of our head. But I like longer names and then like have little nicknames personally. So I was like, well, I don't like Cole for a name. How about we do Colson? I'm fine with Colson and you can call him Cole. He didn't really like Colson and then he started to not really like Cole. So he changed his mind on it. So after we found out the gender, I was like, okay, well now we can actually figure out what name we want to do. And we made a list, and I think we had a list of a couple names. It was like Lucas, and we'd call him Luke, Cameron, Noah, and then Rowan was on it as well. That was one of the first names I'd actually said when we first got pregnant. And he actually liked it. I was surprised, but I didn't think he would like it because it is a more unique name. But we were talking and we noticed a lot of the time whenever we talk about names, one of us would be like, oh, well, I went to school with someone named that and I don't like them. Or, oh, they were, you know, some blah, blah, blah. Or I dated a person named, like, every name we could just like relate it to somebody or kind of like have a negative experience with it. So it was really hard coming up with a name because we wanted a name specifically that we couldn't tie it to anything else because it's our child. We don't want to like think about somebody else we know with that name when we're thinking of our child. And so we realized Rowan was the only name that neither of us knew like somebody with. The only person he could think of with the name Rowan was actually a gamer YouTuber, I think, that he watches. That was the only person named Rowan that he could think of. And like he actually likes that YouTuber. So that's why he was okay with using it. And I personally don't know any adults or anything with the name either. The only people I know named Rowan are a boy that's in my daycare. And that's actually where I got the name from. So we liked that we don't know anybody with that name personally. We didn't grow up around anybody. We don't have any negative experiences with that name. So that is what we're choosing. For his middle name, we're going between Hunter's middle name, which is James, and then his dad's middle name. So years ago when Hunter was stationed in Kuwait, he had told his mom something like if he'd ever had a son, he wanted to name his middle name after his dad. His dad's middle name is Guthrie, Guthrie. And so that was a really big thing. Even before we knew we were pregnant, anytime we talked about kids or names or whatever, he was like, well, I know I want my first son to have my dad's middle name. And I was like, you know what? I respect that. That is fine. You can do that. So then we started talking and we just really feel like Rowan Guthrie doesn't really roll together like Rowan James does. And James is Hunter's middle name. And I love the name James as a middle name. So we want to do James, but then again, he really wants to honor what he told his mom and use his dad's middle name. So we haven't really figured it out yet. I think he said he wants to talk to his parents first, but I told him I'm fine with either. I do prefer James, but I can understand, you know, he had already told his parents that and he wants to honor that, you know, he made that promise. So I told him either is fine with me, whatever he wants to do. So it's been a very exciting last couple of weeks, you know. We got to see our baby for the first time, hear the heartbeats, found out the gender, which we were not planning on doing for another few weeks, or almost a month actually. So it's been interesting. That actually reminds me, there is one other symptom I have been having lately, the last week or two, and that has been acne. I have been breaking out more than I normally do. Mainly I have on my face a little bit, like right here on my forehead, but mainly on my chest area. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Like there's right here. I normally don't break out on my chest. So I'm pretty sure that is because of the hormones in the pregnancy. But that's like the only new thing I can think of. But yeah, so thanks for watching. If y'all want me to, I can do a video specifically on early gender blood testing, because I know a lot of people don't even know that's a thing. I've had a couple of people ask me, like, how do you already know what you're having and you're only 10 weeks pregnant, or you found out when you were only 8.5 weeks pregnant? So I know a lot of people don't know that's a thing. But yeah, so I could do a whole video on that, just explaining it, the process, you know, all that stuff. So thank y'all for watching. This is my 10-week bump photo. I did not take a 7 or 8, or I did not take an 8 or 9 photo. I just completely forgot, and honestly, I guess because I'm still not really showing anything, it feels pointless. But I did take my 10-week, and I'm going to start doing it every week now. And then I guess I can show y'all actually what it looks like. This is what my stomach looks like. I mean, it's kind of getting there. Like, you can kind of see right here. So thank y'all for watching, and thank y'all for coming on this journey with me. So yeah, I guess I'll update y'all probably in another 2 weeks when I finish the first trimester. Y'all have a good day and stay safe. Bye.